Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome back. Thank you very much for clicking on this video. We have pretty exciting topic today. The new Titleist TSI Driver lineup. So we have the TSI2 and the TSI3. Now, these to me are the drivers I am most excited to test in 2021. That in itself is a pretty big thing to say. That I am most excited to test Titleist drivers in 2021 above Callaway, above TaylorMade, and I'm going to tell you why. And then we are going to dive in and take a look at these drivers, go through all of the technology, give you guys all the information you possibly need. First of all, I believe these drivers, to me, my personal preference, look the best of any other driver I have seen on the market that will be coming to the market in 2021. Because obviously a lot of these drivers haven't been released yet, but we have seen pretty much all of them by now. Good up-close images of them. These drivers, now Titleist, I have not been very excited about some of their drivers the last few years. They have never performed badly, they've never looked bad, and I have hit them and they did perform well. But I think these drivers look the best of any Titleist driver I've ever seen. Somehow they have found a perfect mix to blend that classic Titleist kind of black classic looking driver head with the more modern technology and looks that we are used to seeing now. And they look unbelievable, they really do. And I honestly don't really know which one would suit me more either. I would have to definitely test both of them. But there's some really interesting things they're doing with these drivers which no other golf brand is doing. The first thing they are doing is they are using aerospace materials that have been used by NASA and have not been used by any other golf brand ever. Now, let's take a look at some of the kind of options you have with this driver. Let's talk about the TS2 first. This is obviously the more forgiving driver. Maximum distance and forgiveness is apparently a feature. ATI425 aerospace titanium face technology. That is what I just mentioned about them using aerospace materials, which I can't even imagine what it's gonna feel like off the club face. Also, another important thing to mention with these club faces, they look unbelievable. They have some insane graphics on them, which I think just looks really cool. It also apparently has exceptionally stable high MOI face and design of the entire club head, adjustable swing weight and fixed CG location, high launch, low spin, aerodynamically optimized with a modern shape 460cc head, available in 9 degrees, 10 degrees and 11 degrees. Now, with both of these drivers, you do have that adjustable loft sleeve, so you are able to, I believe it's 16 different settings, 16 different loft and lie settings you have to tweak. I recommend getting custom fit for that. Don't mess around with it yourself. They will know exactly what they are doing. So obviously the TSI2 is the kind of, I'm expecting it to be the slightly bigger footprint head, more forgiving, suit more golfers. Now, the TS3 looks like it's going to be the player's driver. It says, for players who create more consistent contact and require more precise control over CG placement. Basically, we have more adjustability in this driver head, and you know, if you can strike it flush out the middle every time, maybe this is going to be the driver to go for you. It's only available in 8 degrees, 9 degrees, and 10 degrees, so slightly lower lofts, which again would suit better players, lower spin. Some of the features: precision, performance, and dynamic forgiveness. Again, it features that ATI425 aerospace titanium face technology. I was quite impressed with myself how well I said that. Not easy. 5 SureFit CG track settings. So it has an adjustable weight track at the back, and an adjustable swing weight. So you can adjust the swing weight of it and also the placement of that weight to then suit whatever ball shape you're trying to get. High launch and mid to low spin, or it says actually mid to high launch, low spin. So it's going to be definitely a lower spinning driver. Aerodynamically optimized traditional shape, 460cc driver head. Now, there's so much going on in these golf clubs that when we look at some of the other brands, TaylorMade springs to mind for me, that their driver seemingly on the outside, obviously hasn't quite been released yet, but seemingly features less technology. You know, we haven't got an adjustable weight track. They've taken away some of the previous technology that they'd put into it. It's interesting to see Titleist packing more technology into their golf clubs, and it will also be very interesting to see the price, because when we're talking about Titleist giving us more technology in the golf club and using this aerospace material in the club face, you'd have to imagine that's going to come at a higher price point than maybe the TaylorMade drivers, maybe the Callaway drivers, maybe something. So price this year, I think, is going to be very interesting and probably actually more diverse than we've seen it in previous years. We've seen the Titleist and TaylorMade drivers and Callaway drivers pretty much at the same price. This year, I don't think that's going to happen. I think we'll see more difference in price. I think when Cobra came out with some amazing drivers like the F9, and they came out with that at a price of 350 or 60 pounds, I think it made a lot of people stop and think, I don't have to buy a TaylorMade driver, or I don't have to spend £500 plus on a driver in order to get the best driver for me. And that's a pretty scary and game-changing thought right there, kind of revolutionary in the way that we had previously seen the golf industry going, with prices just getting higher and higher. I would expect some of the brands to bring out prices which are actually dropping still. It will be really interesting to see, and it will be then more interesting to see how those prices affect us as consumers and overall sales of these drivers. You know, PXG is another one who have used to charge about, you know, £800 or £1,000 for a driver. They've just released a driver for in the £200 range. I mean, it's crazy times right now, so we just don't really know what to expect from these brands, and it's pretty interesting. But we won't have to wait too much longer either. I would definitely expect these Titleist drivers to be of the £500 range. I don't think they'll be dropping down based on what we have seen with the quality of these. They were released on tour quite a while ago, and when they were released, apparently they made a very big splash on tour, and a lot of PGA Tour players have been actually using them. Apparently they were the most used driver at the US Open, which is pretty interesting. So I'm personally very excited to test them. I think they look awesome. I think in my mind, I love the all black of the TSI3 just slightly more than the TSI2, but I actually probably think the TSI2 would suit me more in performance from what I've read about it. Titleist always make quality golf clubs, and you know, whether it's irons, drivers, whatever, it might be wedges, putters, everything. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens this year and how it affects everything else. And you know, let me know, comment below, what brands are you most excited about trying? I would love to know. Yeah, I don't really have much more to say for this video, so let's wrap it up there. Give it a like if you have enjoyed it. Comment below, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys in the next video. As always, guys, grip it and rip it.